Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Stephanie's Stamp Pad, where we get together and we create. Today's card is a 3D drop-in card, and I love these. And we are mainly focusing on the inside. Now this could be the outside, you could decorate the outside any way you wish, but when you open it up, look at this. Happy birthday. Admit one, good for one. That's the ticket. Isn't that awesome? And there's a lot of different little techniques involved in this card, so I'm very excited about it. The first thing we're going to do is look at the supplies that we need. We are going to use the 3D drop-ins. This is number 660141, and the official name is Scallops with Gifts, 3D drop-ins. We're also going to use the Tickets to Stamp, the Tickets to Stamp dies that coordinate. We're going to use some gray twine. We're going to use some red goosebumps. We're going to use the Celebrate Collection paper pad, and we're going to use various inks. So I think we're using banana, cranberry, tangerine, and probably some sea glass, if I'm not mistaken. So we have a lot of fun. Let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to die cut our base. Now, I'm going to get that card out right there, and I'm going to get out the word happy birthday. So we're going to grab that as well, and we're going to put that off to the side. Now we're going to get our cardstock. Now I always make my bases out of cardstock and not pattern paper, mainly because it's cheaper and you're going to cover most of it, and it's usually stronger, although our pattern paper is very strong. So I'm going to lay this down. Now this is the inside of our card, but we're going to also make it the outside of our card as well. I'm going to skew this ever so slightly so I don't have any speed bumps, and I'm going to take this happy birthday. You'll notice these little notch marks. That's a score line. I'm going to lay that right there, so this happy birthday is going to literally pop up or be 3D. I'm going to line those notches up, and then I'm going to run this through the machine. Now this cutting pad is just the right size, so you want to be a little careful. If it was any larger, I would want to use a larger cutting pad. Now I'm going to run this through, but there is a lot of blade involved in that happy birthday, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to run it back. It's only a couple more rotations, and that makes sure that I got a really good cut. Okay, I'm going to move that off and pull that up, get that scratch out of the way, and then look at this. Kind of give it a couple flicks. Look at how fun that word happy birthday is on there. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to do a couple more die cutting things. I'm also going to die cut the words happy birthday, because you can see how my words happy birthday are in white, but the inside of my card is red. So I'm going to use the Sizzix adhesive, which, as you know, is one of my favorite things in the world. I'm going to peel it off. It turns any cardstock into a sticker. I'm going to lay my white cardstock right on top. But I have this extra piece of sticky here, and I'm going to save that for another project. I'll just lay that on top and tear that off. Now that adhesive, I'm just going to put off to the side. I have a special bucket with all my adhesive or any of my cardstock that has the adhesive on the back. And I know it's hard to tell, but I have adhesive here, but it stops right here. This part does not have adhesive on it. Now I always cut or tear that off, because if I turn this over, chances are I'm going to put my die in the wrong spot and it's not going to have adhesive on the back. So I'm just going to take my cutting pad and trim that off. Now this is a scratch piece of paper, no adhesive. I'll leave it and save it for something else. Now this is all adhesive backed. So now I know I'm safe. Now I'm going to kind of clean this die just a little. Now I'm going to move that way off to the side, because this is special cardstock now, right? Because it has that adhesive, and I want to save as much as possible. Now another thing that I'm going to do is, you'll notice on my card, in the back, I have that black and white dots. So the dots are white, and you can see here, see how it's just half of the back of the card? I want to create that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pattern paper, and because I'm using my extended magnetic platform, I have lots of space. Move that over there. And I'm going to use this paper, and I am going to die cut just the center parts of this card. So you can see how I'm just using some of it. Now on my card I didn't use quite as much, so I'm going to trim the edges, but you'll see that I'm just using just some of it because I want those pretty scallops. Now I'm going to run all of this through. I will need my longer cutting pad. I'm going to run all of this through. Now lots of blade on that happy birthday, right? So we're going to go back through just to make sure that we got that. The scalloped edge was easy peasy, that doesn't have a problem. But that happy birthday, it had a lot, and it had the adhesive on the back, so we want to make sure it got a good cut. So here I have the backing to my card, and I've already trimmed it down just a little tiny bit, so I only have 4 scallops as opposed to all of them. Either one is fine, you can use either one. Then I have my happy birthday. Give it a little flick. Now it stays in the cardstock because it's for the 3D drop-in, right? And it would normally stay in the card like my red one did. But this one, I'm going to trim ever so slightly on the score lines that are there. Now I realize it's hard for you to see at home, but I assure you there are little score lines. You're just going to use those as your guide and trim on those score lines to get it to come out of the cardstock. Now on this one, the Y goes a little bit further, so I'm going to take it a little bit further and trim it. But it's pretty obvious when you see how to get it out of there, which spots to trim. So we're going to just trim right there, and there I have my happy birthday. We'll put that off to the side. Save this because this has the adhesive on the back, so it goes right in my little spot over there. Now another thing we want to do is we want to add the inside pieces that have the scallops. So I've already die cut those, but I'm going to show you how to do that. What you're going to do is you're just going to use the other part of your die. You're going to layer it right here, and on this one we just did again 2 scallops. So we're going to just find 2 scallops right there, and we're going to run that through. So I'll make one for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Right there, and it's kind of moving because it's snapping to a magnet, so we'll just find a spot where it likes and line that up to scallop, and we're going to run that through. So now we're getting some more decoration for our card. Now you're going to do this twice. I already have 2 cut out. But see, now you can see I have that cute little layer, and you're going to do it twice for both sides. So let's go ahead and start putting some of this together. Let's clean up our spot a little bit. And this one we're going to need to, it is scored halfway, so we're just going to finish folding it. Now I like to kind of give it a nice little, there we go, that's good. Okay, so let's add that to our, well, let's add this first, the happy birthday. Now don't forget, this has the Sizzix adhesive on the back, which if you had a fingernail, I lost that fingernail, there we go. I'm going to peel that up. Now this is a sticker, so I don't have to worry about adding adhesive. And I'm going to lay that right on top of that happy birthday. Just like that. See that? Awesome. Now we're going to fold this. Now when I fold this, there's score lines that the die has created for me. I'm going to fold this in, but that I'm going to leave, the pop-up I'm going to leave up. And I'm going to focus right now on finger pressing just the red. Line up the corners, finger press just the red. Then I'm going to go back in and find my word, finger press the B on the inside, finger press the Y here, just to get that nice. And then I'm going to let it find its center, and then I'm going to let it fold on the inside, just like that. And now I have my happy birthday. Isn't that cute? Boom. But look, see how that you have that icky? That's where this comes in. I'm going to cover that icky like that, and you're never going to see that icky ever again. That icky. We don't want that icky. So we're just going to add adhesive to this. And we're going to add adhesive over here. And we're going to do one side, and then we'll do the other side. That way we won't get any weird bumps. So we're going to add that right there. I only have adhesive on one side. This side doesn't have adhesive yet. Then we're going to add adhesive to this. This is an important tip, because when this folds, the black needs to be a little bit bigger than the red. So we're going to open this up, or actually we can go like this. Just like that, press down, and now we have our cute little card. Happy birthday. So now we have that part. Now let's add the inside pieces. So I cut 1, but you're going to cut 2, and I have 2 here. So we're going to add those cute little stars. There's 1. It's so handy how all those scallops line up. That's what happens when you use the same die. Okay, now we're going to do the little ticket part down here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and get our ticket stamps, and here they are. Now that is a big long border, and I don't have a stamp block here long enough, but you're gonna, well, you know what, we'll find it. It's important that we do that. Okay, so we're gonna peel this up, and it's a border, so that's kind of handy dandy. Now we're just gonna lay that down. We want it to be straight. Let's find a block. Oh, here's one, brand new. Ooh, brand new one. It's not very often I get a brand new block, so when you get your blocks, they have this little protective piece on it. So you're just gonna peel that off. Keeps it protected during shipping and packing. Oh, I made a basket. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we are going to get out the border die. Now this stamp has little pieces on the inside that are already cut out. It's backless. So we wanna lay our die down. We wanna lay our stamp right inside because we don't want this to be crooked when we put it on our block. Then we're gonna take that, lay it like that, and now our stamp is perfectly straight. So let's get this inked, and we need some licorice ink. Where's our licorice ink? Licorice ink. So let's ink this up. This is a brand new stamp set, so we might want to stamp this once on scratch paper and then for real over here, but we'll stamp it and see what it looks like. Should be okay. Woo, beautiful. Doesn't get better than that. So now what we're gonna do, move that off to the side. We're gonna stamp the insides in different colors, in different sayings. So let's get a smaller block. And the first one is going to say admit one, and that's in yellow, or banana, banana, banana. So we're going to ink, whoops, where'd that stamp come from? We're gonna ink that baby up. We're gonna stamp that right here because it fits perfectly in that ticket. And the nice thing about clear stamps is you can see exactly where you're stamping, so you don't have to worry. And then the next one is gonna say good for one. This is one of my favorite stamp sets. Actually, when I made this stamp set as a club set a long time ago, Kirsten, my older daughter, saw it and said, Mom, that's my favorite. And when I can get those girls to say or admit that they like one of my stamp sets, that's a big deal. Because as exciting as it is to you and me, it's not as exciting to my children because they've grown up with it. And so it's not as exciting to them. So when I get a compliment from them, I know it's good. It's legit. And this one is, that's the ticket. So I knew this was gonna be a hit, and it was. It was a very popular stamp set. It still is, actually. I'm gonna stamp that one right there. Yay, that's the ticket. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to die cut this. Move all that over, move all this over. Get this, line that up, and where's our die? Grab our die. And the fun thing about this die is it literally perforates in between the tickets, so it's really fun. And it's gonna fit, and we're gonna run that baby through. Come on, baby. I don't want to tear it because they do perf. We don't want it to tear, but it's really cute because they do perforate and they're fun. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our tickets, and the center one is going to go, that one perforation is going to go right in the inside there. So that's going to kind of be easy to add that. So let's add adhesive just to the one, and then we're going to fold it to close it first. So let's see. Let me see if you can see this. So we're going to add that right there. Then we're going to add adhesive to this, the tickets. Okay, then we're going to close it, and that's going to catch those tickets. See? Look at that. Oops, upside down. There we go. And then we just need to add some cute twine, the gray twine. This is, looks like cloud. And let's wrap it around once or twice. Let's see how much I got. Oops, stay. So 1, 2, oh, we're gonna wrap it 3 times. And then let's tie, did we do a bow or we did a bow? Let's see if I have enough room on this one. We're gonna do a knot on this one. I didn't leave myself enough string on one side. So let's do a knot. Trim and trim that a little bit. Okay, then we're gonna add some cute little rhinestones because you can see in the middle of some of the stars, we just added some cute little rhinestones. And the extra embellishments just add a little extra yummy. It's just fun. And inside the stars, it even adds more fun. Look at that. I could play all day doing this. Oh wait, I kind of do. Not really, I don't get to play every day. Okay, look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Now, if you wanted to, you could decorate more here, but our focus on this card is the happy birthday. Isn't that fantastic? Thank you so much for sharing this time with me at Stephanie's Stamp Pad, where we create a card. Stay tuned for next week. We will be releasing a new video every week. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.